Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is my hope and prayer that this video is actually going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I'm fine. Kisumu is fantastic. Raila Amolo Odinga yesterday arrived back into the country and headed straight to Mombasa. Raila Odinga has been on holiday in Comoros Island, and the fact that he headed straight to Mombasa is significant. And this is what the Mombasa governor, Abdul Somar Sarif Nasir, who received him at the airport, posted. His Excellency today touched down in Mombasa. I welcomed my party leader at Moi International Airport ahead of his while-stop visit for the next few days. Welcome to Mombasa, Baba. So which means Raila Odinga is definitely going to spend a few days in Mombasa, and probably he's on a political mission. And this is what Raila himself posted on his official Facebook page. Touchdown Mombasa. It feels awesome being back home. Happy New Year, folks. He was actually received by the governor from Mombasa. He was received by the speaker from Mombasa County Assembly. And the other gentleman there, I think, is the Kwale senator. So Raila Odinga is in Mombasa. And for me, Raila Odinga is actually rattled by William Ruto's visit to Mombasa. So in this video, I want us to look at Raila Odinga's real mission in Mombasa in the next few days. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second only or two and press that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. What we do on this channel is simple. We analyze politics in a way you can't find any other place. So the best thing you can do is simply to subscribe. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without the support, this channel cannot be where it is. And the best thing you can do is to support the channel by pressing that subscribe button, dropping your comments, and even sharing the videos. Now, let us get back to the main issue, and I want to be a bit brief. There is something which is happening in the country, and it's only the 6th day. Already, William Ruto is holding his strategy meeting with his team in Naivasha. And from the photos we are seeing from Naivasha, so much is happening at that particular meeting. For example, Musalia Mudavadi's microphone was muted at some point, and there are those who believe that he was being undermined. And from the images which are also coming out, you can clearly see Rigathi Gachagua not a happy person. And I'm already getting information that Rigathi Gachagua has already sent his team to Raila Odinga because he feels he's being targeted. So we are going to monitor those events very closely and probably give them to you. And I'll also try as much as possible to understand why Ruto, for example, is not really free with Rigathi Gachagua. But let us not go into that for now. Let us focus on the issue at hand. Raila Odinga's visit to Mombasa. A few days ago, William Samoei Arap Ruto arrived in Mombasa. And for 2 days or 3 days, William Ruto was accompanied by the governor for Mombasa. And of course, the general agreement within Azimio is that the governors are free to work with the president. But the way Abdul Somad Nasir and Ruto are working, you can easily interpret that William Ruto is strategic with his working relationship with Abdul Somad Nasir. Then William Ruto went to Kilifi. Again, the governor for Kilifi welcomed him, which is in order. But Abdul Somad Nasir still left Mombasa and accompanied William Ruto to Kilifi. So I knew and expected Raila Odinga to actually make a visit to Mombasa. So why do you think Raila Odinga is visiting Mombasa? For me, number one, Raila Odinga is doing loyalty tests on elected leaders in Mombasa. And one thing you must give to the elected leaders in Mombasa and coastal region at large, especially those elected on ODM ticket, I think they've been so respectful to Raila Odinga. But Raila Odinga is keen on testing their loyalty. Like, for example, Raila Odinga probably told Abdul Samad Nasir that I'm coming to Mombasa and left it there. So Abdul Samad Nasir and the Speaker of the National Assembly then decided in their own wisdom to go and welcome him straight or right from the airport. That shows loyalty. Because how do you think it would have been interpreted if Raila Odinga landed in Mombasa and not received by the governor? Then Ruto lands in Mombasa, he's received by the governor, and for 3 or more days, they were just together. So Raila Odinga wanted to test the loyalty of the elected leaders in Mombasa. And for me, if you ask me, I think Abdul Samad Nasir and the team have actually passed the test. So that's number one. Number two, Raila Odinga is also in Mombasa, specifically to counter William Ruto's moves. You know, William Ruto was in Mombasa, he was in Kilifi, he visited the Galana irrigation scheme, and I think there are certain promises which he made to the people of the coastal region which are yet to be achieved. But William Ruto is a man on a mission. He's trying to counter Raila Odinga. He's trying to entrench himself. He's trying to consolidate the coastal region. Mombasa specifically is one county. Mombasa and Kakamega, those two counties, William Ruto had serious interest in them. And that's why even IBC colluded with him, and the elections in those two counties were postponed because he knew that Wafula Chebukati was going to declare him the president. And as a president of the Republic of Kenya, he knew there was no way he was going to lose the Mombasa gubernatorial election and the Kakamega gubernatorial election as a president. But that did not work his way. So which means he has now to devise a strategy. His first strategy is to create a working relationship with the governor of Mombasa, which he's already doing. So this is what Raila Odinga is trying to counter. So for example, after yesterday's reception, and probably Abdul Samad will host Raila Odinga either for lunch, dinner, or something. Then after that, they'll be together, maybe in strategy meetings, and probably I suspect they might even make a public appearance outside where they'll meet people, their supporters. So basically, Raila is keen on trying to counter William Ruto's moves, especially those targeting the elected leaders. And if William Ruto is gaining any ground, Raila Odinga will be going to the ground, probably to explain to his supporters what really transpired. That's number two. Number three, it's about strategy meeting. You know, William Ruto is holding his strategy meeting in Naivasha. Azimio will be holding their strategy meeting in Mombasa. And part of the issues they are likely to discuss in Mombasa is how they're going to relate as coalition partners. Remember, Kalonzo Musyoka is already clear that he's going to be on the ballot. Raila Odinga is also clear that he wants to pursue certain electoral reforms and reforms in general in the country. So how are they going to unite? How are they going to continue as a united force? What will be their agenda for 2023? So this strategy meeting is going to be key, and it will be important to note those who will be attending this particular strategy meeting. And number three, I also tend to think that Raila Odinga is actually keen on consolidating his support base. Because if you remove coastal region from the grip of Raila Odinga, William Ruto is also targeting Western Kenya. If you remove them from the grip of Raila Odinga, then it means Raila Odinga will remain a shell. So Raila Odinga is going to basically do everything possible to consolidate the two support bases. There is no way Raila Odinga is going to allow Ruto to penetrate coast. And that's why the by-election in Selaward, where the ODM candidate emerged the winner, is significant for Raila Odinga because it means that they still have support in Lamu, a place where they've really not had much. The ODM candidate won with a bigger margin, like I think he had 1,500 votes, against ANC candidate was number 2, who had, I think, 500. It's a signal. So Raila Odinga will be in the coastal region just to try and consolidate. He's likely to meet his grassroots support base. I know there's a lot of discussions right now within the ODM party on whether a clique they are calling cartels should leave, and they are targeting specific counties. I know there's a county in Kwale where they believe the cartel is holding the party at Ramson. They are targeting Tana River. They are targeting a few counties in Nyanza. ODM basically is trying to consolidate their base. And the only way is to conduct fresh elections and other things. So Raila Odinga probably is going to talk to his support base, especially the party officials. And lastly, I also tend to think that the main objective of this meeting, of Raila Odinga's visit to Mombasa, is basically to set the tempo and to set the agenda for his 2022 politics. You know, Raila Odinga is planning to have people's consultative meetings. And apart from that, Raila Odinga is having it rough because Ruto is now the president, trying to thwart all and everything he's doing. So he must set the tone, he must set the agenda. I'll be monitoring his political activities in Mombasa. If the tones will be right, then that's how he's going to move forward. But if the tone will not be right, then he's going to miss. I don't know what to think. That's my take. Thank you, and may you have a blessed day. Bye-bye.